Few sitcoms burrowed this deep into American living rooms, and yet almost nobody knows what really went on behind those famous apartment stairs. In the next few minutes, you are going to discover 19 revelations about 227 that will completely change the way you see this show. And stay for the bonus at the end, the most jaw-dropping secret almost nobody has ever talked about. So speed up with me because the list starts now. Number 1. The show that arrived a year early. Television rarely rewards accidents. 227 was never supposed to hit the air in 1985. The plan was 1986, giving everyone time to breathe, develop scripts, and build sets properly. Then CBS canceled The Jeffersons after 11 seasons, freeing up Marla Gibbs a full year ahead of schedule. NBC moved fast. What normally takes 18 months was compressed into a few frantic months. Writers scrambled, set designers worked overtime, and despite the chaos, 227 premiered on September 14, 1985, less than 5 months after The Jeffersons aired its final episode. Viewers who had followed Gibbs on CBS followed her straight to NBC, and the show found its audience from day one. Number 2. ABC said no first. Before 227 became one of NBC's biggest hits, it was rejected outright by ABC. According to Marla Gibbs herself, executives passed on the show without recognizing what they had in front of them. When ABC declined, the creators took the concept to NBC, where executives immediately saw the potential in a vehicle built around Gibbs as a leading lady. NBC's bet paid off enormously. 227 became a cornerstone of their Saturday lineup and opened the door for other series featuring predominantly black casts. One network's rejection became another network's treasure. If you are enjoying this, take 2 seconds and leave a like. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. That support really motivates my work and helps a lot with bringing more content. Number 3. The Address Was Real. The show's title is not a random number from a writer's room. It comes from creator Christine Houston's own childhood. Houston grew up at 227 East 48th Street in Chicago's historic Bronzeville neighborhood during the 1950s, and those memories became the blueprint for the entire series. The apartment building she lived in was filled with colorful characters, daily gossip, and interconnected relationships that would become the heartbeat of her story. When Houston adapted her stage play for television, keeping the exact address number was a deliberate tribute to the real Chicago neighborhood that shaped everything she understood about community. Number 4. Written on a Dare. The play that launched a television phenomenon started as a mother, proving a point. Christine Houston enrolled at Kennedy King College at 42, not for career advancement, but to show her sons that education was worth pursuing at any age. While attending classes, classmates challenged her. If her childhood memories were as vivid as she claimed, she should write them as a proper stage play. Houston took the dare completely seriously. What started as a classroom challenge quickly became something far bigger. Characters and situations that resonated with anyone who had ever lived in a close-knit community. A dare became a stage play. A stage play became a television series. Number 5. A historic television first. When 227 premiered in 1985, Christine Houston became the first African-American woman ever to receive a created by credit for a primetime series. That milestone represented a genuine breakthrough in an industry that had historically excluded women of color from creative leadership. The television landscape of the 80s was still predominantly controlled by white male executives. Houston's credit was not symbolic. It was legitimate recognition of her role as the original architect of the characters and concept that millions of viewers came to love. Her achievement challenged the assumption that culturally specific stories could not reach broad audiences. As it turned out, the specificity was exactly what made it universal. Number 6. The love story that became the script. During the final season, Kevin Peter Hall joined the cast as Warren Merriweather, a warm police officer written as a love interest for Elena Reed's character, Rose Holloway. What started as scripted chemistry quickly became something entirely real. Hall and Reed fell in love on set. The writers folded the real romance into the show, creating a 2-part wedding episode. Audiences were moved by how genuine the chemistry felt. They had no idea they were watching two people actually in love. The parallel became complete. when Hall and Reed married in real life on December 29, 1988. But this story ends in tragedy. In 1990, Hall was involved in a car accident requiring blood transfusions. The blood was contaminated with HIV. In April 1991, just 3 years after their wedding, Kevin Peter Hall died from AIDS at 35 years old. Elena Reed continued working until her own death from breast cancer in 2002. Number 7. Pearl's actress made history on Broadway first. Before Helen Martin became beloved as the sassy Pearl Shaw, she was already breaking barriers. Martin made her Broadway debut at 32 in 1941, appearing in Orson Welles' legendary production of Native Son, one of the most controversial plays of its time, dealing directly with race, poverty, and injustice in America. Most black actresses of that era were confined to domestic or subservient roles. Martin was part of a cast telling a complex, fully human story. The experience helped establish her as a serious actress, setting the foundation for a career that would eventually span more than 5 decades. Number 8. Marla Gibbs kept her airline job. Before Marla Gibbs was a household name, she worked the night shift as a reservations agent for United Airlines. And she held on to that job even after landing her breakout role as Florence on the Jeffersons in 1975. She would finish filming during the day, then head straight to the airline desk until the early hours. For 2 full years, she maintained this double life. Her reasoning was simple. She had worked too hard to give up job security for a role that might disappear at any moment. Finally, CBS executives asked her to take a leave of absence because the show needed her fully available. Only then did she set aside the airline uniform. Before we keep going, subscribe if you have not yet. Drop a comment telling me which movie or show you want me to cover next with strange behind-the-scenes facts. I read every single one. Number 9. Sandra Clark was never supposed to stay. Sandra Clark was originally written as a temporary character, a flashy, man-hungry neighbor who would stir up some laughs and then disappear. Jackie Harry filmed those first episodes with no expectation of becoming a series regular. Sandra was supposed to be just another job, but when those early episodes aired, audiences loved Sandra. Her bold fashion choices, her unapologetic pursuit of men, and her one-liners made her an instant fan favorite. The studio received letters asking when she would appear again. The producers promoted Harry to series regular. What started as a brief appearance turned into a career-defining role and an Emmy win. Number 10. The Predator was playing a romantic lead. The gentle Warren Merriweather, who swept Rose Holloway off her feet, was portrayed by Kevin Peter Hall, who stood 7 feet and 2 inches tall and was best known for playing a terrifying alien hunter and predator alongside Arnold Schwarzenegger. The contrast was almost comically extreme. Viewers watching 227 saw a kind police officer head over heels in love. Moviegoers knew him as the creature that stalked and killed elite commandos in a jungle. His towering height led him from college basketball straight to Hollywood creature roles. Warren Merriweather was one of the rare times audiences could see his actual face and hear his real voice. Number 11. The Night 227 owned Saturday. At the height of its popularity, 227 anchored one of the greatest Saturday night programming blocks in broadcast history. NBC lined up 227, Amen, The Golden Girls, Empty Nest, and Hunter to dominate the ratings every single week. Saturday had long been considered a television graveyard. NBC's lineup shattered that assumption. 227 aired at 8 o'clock for families, while The Golden Girls drew older audiences later in the evening. The block created a cultural phenomenon, people actually planning their weekends around staying home to watch television together. Number 12. Pearl never missed a single episode. While most series deal with cast changes over 5 seasons, Pearl Shaw appeared in all 116 episodes of 227, a perfect attendance record that not even main characters Mary, Lester, or Rose could match. Helen Martin's commitment was extraordinary. Even more remarkably, Pearl appeared in the backdoor pilot episode Jackie, a potential spin-off focused on Sandra Clark, which did not include Mary, Lester, or Rose. Pearl was still there, keeping her streak alive across every single piece of content the show ever produced. Number 13, she won the Emmy and dropped her last name. After winning the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series in 1987, becoming the first African-American woman to receive that honor, Jackie Harry made a bold move. Starting with the third season, she dropped her last name entirely and was credited simply as Jackie. The single-name strategy worked remarkably well. The 7 years she was known as just Jackie coincided perfectly with her time as one of television's most recognizable comedy actresses. She eventually returned to using Jackie Harry in 1994, but that window proved that a well-timed reinvention can enhance a public image when the talent backing it up is undeniable. Quick reminder to subscribe if you are enjoying these revelations. And tell me in the comments, do you know any strange fact about this show that I did not mention? Let's build the list together. Number 14, the dark storyline that never made it to air. During planning for the second season, the writing team developed a plot arc that would have fundamentally changed the show's tone. The proposal: Mary Jenkins discovers she is pregnant, the family prepares for a new baby, and then Mary delivers a stillborn child. The writers believed it would showcase Marla Gibbs' dramatic range. When Gibbs read the outline, she pushed back immediately. A stillborn baby storyline was not a teaching moment, it was trauma that would hang over the show permanently. Her arguments proved persuasive. The storyline was completely abandoned, and Mary Jenkins never became pregnant during the entire run. Number 15, a mother's homesickness changed the cast. Young Kia Goodwin played Rose's daughter Tiffany as a series regular from the first season and was expected to grow up on screen throughout the show's run. But her mother struggled to adjust to life in California after the family relocated from New York. While Kia thrived on set, her mother became increasingly homesick. Eventually, she made the call. The family's well-being mattered more than any career opportunity. She asked the producers to release Kia from her contract, and they agreed. Tiffany simply stopped appearing on screen. Kia made one final appearance in a third season episode, then stepped largely away from acting entirely. Number 16, Marla Gibbs wrote and sang the theme song. Marla Gibbs was not content with starring and executive producing. She also co-wrote the show's theme song and performed it herself. Every week when the opening credits rolled, it was Gibbs' own voice singing about coming home to familiar faces. Working alongside composer Ray Cole Cord, Gibbs helped craft There's No Place Like Home, one of the most recognizable sitcom themes of the 80s. She insisted on performing it herself, believing her warm, conversational voice would give it an authenticity a trained vocalist might not. Her roles as star, producer, co-writer, and performer showed the full depth of creative control she had over every element of this project. Number 17, Star Search launched her into the cast. Countess Vaughn landed her role on 227 through one of the most unlikely casting stories in television history. In 1992, 12 years old and competing on Star Search, host Ed McMahon asked if she had a favorite show. Without hesitation, she said 227. She watched it every week without fail. Producers from the show happened to be watching that night. The show was in its final season, looking for a young actress to play a new character. They contacted Vaughn's representatives, brought her into audition, and she impressed the room. Her genuine love for the series sealed the deal. Proof that sometimes the most direct path into the show you love is simply loving it out loud. Almost at the end, and the best is still coming. Subscribe so you do not miss what is next, and drop your city or country in the comments. I want to see how far this video is reaching. Number 18, Regina King's very first TV role. The actress who played Brenda Jenkins was 14 years old and had never acted professionally before in her life. No agent, no credits, no formal training, just a teenager from Los Angeles who thought acting might be interesting. Regina King's mother made one non-negotiable demand. Regina would continue attending regular public school, not the private Hollywood schools many child actors used. That decision kept King grounded. The 5 seasons on 227 gave her an invaluable education alongside Marla Gibbs. After the show ended in 1990, King went on to win 4 Emmy Awards and an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. All of it started at 14, on those apartment building stairs. Bonus: the creator erased her own name from the show. Here is the jaw-dropping secret almost nobody talks about. The name credited as the show's creator in every episode, C.J. Banks, never actually existed. The real creator of 227 was playwright Christine Houston, whose name appears nowhere in the television show's credits, not once. Across 5 seasons, Houston wrote the original stage play that Marla Gibbs performed at her Crossroads Theater. When producers adapted it for television, they made extensive changes. Characters altered, storylines rewritten, tone shifted to fit network demands. Houston felt the result no longer represented her vision and removed her name from the project entirely. Since credits required someone to be listed, a pseudonym was invented, C.J. Banks. Millions of viewers had no idea they were watching a show whose real creator had chosen to disappear. Houston's original play is still performed in theaters today, while the television version credits a name that was never anything more than a placeholder. And those were 19 strange facts about 227. This show was more than a comfortable Saturday night sitcom. It launched careers, made history behind the camera, and told stories rooted in real communities, all while hiding secrets most people never knew existed. If you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe, and comment which fact surprised you the most. And do not forget to suggest another movie or show that deserves a list of strange facts. See you in the next video.